pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, God, one and indivisible.
Let's take a few moments to consider all the people who lost their lives in 9/11. Okay, citizen comments. We have one person who signed up for comments.
So I know the last meeting I attended, there was some discussion about closing the station. So I'm kind of curious, because y'all had another budget meeting since then, is this station going to be closed? And if it's going to be closed, can we hear about that tonight? If it's not going to be closed, is it going to be manned with 2 people here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day with the top level EMS coverage? Because I think that concerns all of us quite a bit in this area. Additionally, there was a budget shortfall of a considerable amount of money. To keep this open, how did y'all overcome that shortfall? Thank you.
Anybody want to answer that? It's okay, we'll do it under. You wanted that?
So, this is Felipe Rodriguez. The response, we will go through the proceedings and vote, but we have spent a lot of time thinking about working through the budget, working through the capital expenditures, working through the liabilities that this, I'll say this district for stations 1 and 2 collectively have aggregated, right? That we as a, over time have had a significant amount of liabilities. So looking at those liabilities to our revenue stream, we've had to work through balancing the budget. So the budget that we posted, I don't remember, Secretary, what day it was, but it would have been 7 to 10 days ago, includes a consolidation. It includes a consolidation of staffing. It's temporary. We have to look at how we can manage and staff accordingly. So the fire, the interim chief and the lieutenants brought together a plan, looked at the number of calls we received over time, over the past year, looked at the radius, looked at the distance that we would, how the best to respond if we had to close the station, between station 1 and station 2, and brought a compelling case for operating out of station 2 because of the number of cases, the severity of the cases that are known, and the response time from that station versus station 2 being specific versus station 1. I don't think none of the commissioners, I don't know, speaking fairly for them, but I know I don't want to be in a situation. When I signed up to serve in this role, it wasn't the intention to do anything, but recognizing that we're working hard to make payroll every single pay period. And that's just a reality. We're working hard to manage the expenses every single day. And so the reality we're coming to is we have to make adjustments temporarily to the stations in order to manage them and meet our obligations. That's my response.
So they did not answer the one question, if you don't mind. When you say temporarily, what does that mean? Because for all of us that live in Eagle Creek and the estates, the potential of that going down there means we're gonna have to pay a higher insurance here because you shut the station down.
And is that what you're saying? You're shutting the station down temporarily?
Temporarily.
What does temporarily mean though?
And we have to work through that as commissioners and work through the budget and whether or not we're able to identify additional revenue. We're working hard at it. We're working hard at selling assets that we're not using any longer and really cleaning, ensuring that we're managing efficiently and effectively. But I don't know that I have a response for you for what does that mean.
You can sell property down there too?
It's that, I know we've talked about that as a committee and it's under everything's under consideration. It's not up for sale today, so I can't respond to
Just
that.
my personal opinion.
Yes.
If you guys can't afford to handle 2 stations, you're not gonna be doing a 3rd station. You might as well just sell the property off and use that money to get yourself out of this debt that you're in. Because I'm pretty sure someone will pay a pretty good penny for that piece of property you guys have right now. I mean, like I said, you're not going to be putting that was made for the main station, the big station. It ain't going to happen. We know it now. It's not going to happen. So you might as well just get out from underneath that property because you're paying taxes on it too, right?
100% yes.
Just get rid of it. That's my personal opinion as a public person here.
I believe if you check back on the charter for this, that you can't sell this property.
This property, no, I'm talking about that one down
No,
there.
I'm just mentioning that I don't believe this property is eligible to be sold because of the way it was originally designed.
So you're still stuck with this one.
Yes, well, we have this property, we have the other property at Station 2 operates out of it, and the property you're referring to, we have discussed that as well. So we have to work through the plan so that long-term we're able to support. I mean, I think ideally everyone would like to operate out of both stations, and we just need to work through what that plan looks like.
When will we as homeowners around here know that that's going to be?
When, really
I can't tell you, it's gonna be at least a year.
it's
So
going
we're
to
going to be down for at least a year.
Yeah, until we can get back on our feet, because right now, we're just barely making
And what
ends
about our
meet.
EMS coverage?
If we don't have EMS over here, you got mutual aid. We've already talked to 3 and 4, and
We basically lost our EMS coverage. What about?
no, you didn't lose your EMS coverage.
They're saying if the ambulance is out, we cut the mutual aid back goes up instead of a second ambulance out of this station.
I realize what you're saying. What about ALS coverage?
Is your
Same.
ambulance gonna maintain ALS at
Yes.
least one ambulance crew?
Yep,
24,
yes,
7,
24/7.
Did you say, I'm having trouble hearing you, ALS coverage?
ALS, advanced life support,
No.
sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I just couldn't hear you. I thought I heard EMS. I think she's saying ALS coverage. Okay.
And 3 and 4 are providing ALS with us also. So there will be ALS coverage.
Okay.
Ma'am, do we answer your questions? I know you wanted to discuss the budget constraints. I mean, as everyone is aware, we are under a budget constraint. And not because of anything that this current board has done. It's just what was passed over from previous boards.
And how many
Okay.
people will be on duty at a time?
3.
So if there's a fire in our area, you cannot do an interior attack.
Until mutual aid shows up. That's correct.
Yes, you
can.
So to add to that, you know, that's 3 a shift, but I'm looking to have a stipend fireman. Actually, I've gotten yeses from 3 stipend firemen that are going to be picking up on those shifts as well. So it'll be 4 personnel per shift.
But you can't guarantee that.
No, it's guaranteed. I got 3 gentlemen who will be working assigned to each shift 24/7. On top of that, I'll be here during the days. I've been moved
So
over.
you're not counted as one of the.
Correct, exactly. So in the sense of staffing, it'll be 4 come October 1st. I've been able to work with volunteer firemen who will educate, train, and make sure they're up to par with standards. A lot of us are instructors through TCFP and things like that, which we can instruct our own fire academies. The same with EMT classes and stuff like that, which I will be working with the lieutenants to set those up here in-house at the station to get them certified.
Is there a way that this can all be put out after this meeting to everybody in the community so that everybody in the community knows that technically right now, we are not covered? So we know that we need to ask for not only you, but we need to ask for assistance as well if we have a fire.
So that's already a standing mutual aid box alarm response in that sense with the other departments. So to elaborate, basically, is through the CAD system, we're only going to put the units that are in service available on that CAD. Anything else that's not available will get pushed over to the next department to help out and assist.
So they're gonna do what we used to call a double tone out. They're gonna tone you out initially and right away tone out the next mutual aid
So
department, so they're heading that way?
They used to do the double tone out, which I understand exactly what you're talking about. They removed that step, so we're not wasting time sending another unit to respond. So for an example, if we have a fire truck and a ambulance is on a medical call, then that's the 4 people. What'll happen is if we get another call, they'll tone automatically the next closest available fire truck or ambulance.
I don't believe you answered the question, actually.
Okay.
Well, these contracts are different things.
The first in, first out, we know the rule, okay? I'm not gonna be stupid about that. My house is on fire, I call you. You send which you have to do, an ambulance unit with your fire truck. That's automatically goes to my house, right? But if your 2 guys are on the ambulance and you got 2 guys on the fire truck, you can't go in. You can't go in and protect my house from the inside and try putting the fire out. You gotta do it from the outside, which forces the fire into my house, which makes my house burn faster. The reason I'm asking you, is mutual aid gonna be toned out at the same time? Is because you can cancel mutual aid anytime when you get there and say, we don't need you. But you show up to my house and then have to call mutual aid, you might as well not even call them because my house is gonna be down to the ground by the time they show up. That's why I'm asking you, if you're gonna do 1 station, and I understand where you're coming from, you have to have 1 station right now because we don't have the money in this county to pay for another station. I'd at least rather know that a second unit from another department is on their way at the same time you guys are to protect our property. Because if there's someone in that house and you can't go in and get it, you don't want to see a burned body. I have, okay? I'd rather have a backup coming and have to cancel than not have that backup unit coming and I can't go in and get someone that's in that house. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I understand. So it's specific to the call type. If it's a structure fire, there's automatic aid, meaning we're gonna get multiple engines and.
That's what my question was.
Yeah, it's
Are they waiting for you
situational.
to call, or are they gonna do
No.
it
So
themselves?
through the CAD, the way it's set up is if a, priority 1 kind of call comes out, we have multiple resources coming. That's for the fire side.
Who deems it priority 1?
Ma'am,
Who deems it priority 1?
it being a structure fire, yeah. It's just the severity of the call with the dispatch information. So.
All right, open the public hearing on the proposed 2023 tax rate of 10 cents per $100 evaluation.
And that's open to the public if you guys have any question in reference to that.
Is that a higher rate than what is being paid now?
No, ma'am.
No,
The same thing?
Yes,
We're
ma'am.
having so much trouble, why not raise the rate?
we can't, by law, we can't.
Oh,
This is the highest we can go by law.
okay.
We'd have to set an election and request that.
And the election's been shut down before, so we just have to bide our time. That's why it's so hard to balance this budget.
It went to election about 2 years ago. My memory may be foggy, but, and it wasn't successful. We're gonna try again, and I hope that we're gonna try again, but we haven't discussed that. So that's me thinking that it's a good idea, but we weren't successful the first 2 years ago.
Might be the next time.
So,
If
So do
people
you
know
feel-
how bad it is.
yes.
So you feel the last time that the message actually got out?
You know, I heard about it personally through our subdivision. We had an event there, and the fire station came, and they talked about it, and they promoted it heavily in kind of in Whispering Oaks and that subdivision. I don't know that it got out as well as it could have. I think if y'all have ideas about how to better share, better communicate the message. We weren't part of the board then. I'm just, as a constituent, I heard about it during one of our events.
Newspapers, people.
I will say the last time it wasn't out, it did not go out very well.
You were.
Nobody went to all the homeowners association meetings, nobody took the time to get out and beat the streets, and actually, we went over to a meeting where there was probably 5 or 6 other people there that day. And yes, I don't want to pay more, but at that meeting, both of us supported splitting it and adding it so that both groups were doing it because we understand the requirement. But if you as board members don't get out there and pound it, you're not going to get support from it because nobody wants to pay more until you know what you're going to lose if you don't pay more.
Agree.
And the sad part is, there's about 20% of people that probably read the paper. Then you get 20% of people who actually do the next door thing. And then you get 20% that does this, and you got 20% this. And if you don't cover all those areas, you're only going to cover 20% of the people out here. And, you know, I agree with her. I mean, the other districts are paying twice because they have to pay for fire and EMS. So we've been really lucky to only pay 10% right now, and we get both. But if we had to divide it, we'd probably be paying 16, 17, somewhere in there total. I think down this way, they're paying a total of 16, 8, and 8. So for us to go up to 16 really isn't that bad. We're still getting the same thing. But if you don't get people out to hear it and you don't explain it to them that way, they're not going to get the people to vote for it. Because they say taxes go up and they go, oh no, and they don't understand why. And you got to get that out, and you got to do a lot of meetings and got to get everyone in the community throughout Worcester and Cimarron, all these places to come in and see. You saw what you got here. And that's not a lot of people in this community. Because I think if you get it out more and explain it more, I think you'll get the people to vote for it. I think they really will, just to keep a fire and EMS in their area.
I appreciate that, and I personally agree. I think that we do need to spend time, and I think if we can get individuals to help us with that messaging, there's only so many of us, but we can, you know, the more we can build into our network and to share that message, the better it will be demonstrated. And, you know, I hate that this is happening. It's not something that any of us walked in, I think, expecting or wanting, but or really even recognizing that it was in the situation it's in. But I'll say that, you know, the more that we can share what the plan is, which is next, right? Because with your questions, it's our expectations. It's the more that we can share that plan and help people understand, well, what comes with the new tax rate and what's happened as a result of it not having it. Because we need, you know, we need the equipment that we purchased, and so how do we get that message out? So we appreciate your your comments and would appreciate your support as well to help us get the message.
I think this board needs to be a little bit more transparent in what it is. I think you are afraid that people are going to be upset because they're going to lose something, and you're right, we are very upset with the fact that we're losing the coverage over here. That is upsetting to us, for all rights. But I think if you're a little bit more transparent in what you do, and you put it out there and explain why is a big point of this. And when you don't explain it, then people start guessing at why.
And your previous board didn't help you. I know that. Your previous board was very, shh, don't tell anyone. You know, and that's the way the old board was. You know, the one before you guys. There was a lot of hush and let's not tell anyone what we're doing. So, you know, now everyone thinks all the boards are like that. And you're gonna have to fight that one too.
Thank you.
Any more comments? Anybody? Okay, review, discuss, and approval of setting of the 2023 tax rate of 10 cents per $100 valuation, consisting of a separately adopted debt rate of 0.078556 per $100 valuation, and a separately adopted maintenance and operation rate of 0.21444. Read this. All right. I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of 10 cents per $100 valuation, consisting of a separately adopted debt rate of 0.7078556 per $100 valuation, and a separately adopted maintenance and operation rate of 0.021444, which is effectively a 56.79% increase in the tax rate.
Do you have a second?
Motion made and seconded for this long tax rate increase. Any more discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries. There you go.
Sorry.
That's all right. Okay, review, discuss, and approval of the fiscal year 2024 budget. Is that 2 million left?
$2,300,442.35.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2024 budget
I second the motion.
of $2,300,442.35. And David seconded it.
Who was the first one? Put it
Me. Okay. Motion made and seconded to approve the $2 million, $300,000 budget. And some change. Any more discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Okay. Okay. Huh?
Number 7.
Review, discuss, and approval of the budget meeting on August 16th, 2023.
That's when we sat down, it was mostly informational.
Loose information.
Mhm.
That's where we have stuff projected.
I move that we approve the budget meeting held on August the 16th.
Okay.
I second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the budget meeting on August 16th. Any more discussion?
I do. I would like to tell the lieutenants that worked really hard and Chief Lopez how much we appreciate their input, because if it hadn't been for them with all their help that they helped with, it would not have gone very well. It would have been a lot harder to have come up with a budget. And I just want them to know, I appreciate all the lieutenants that took part of this.
Thank you. No, we appreciate you guys too. I know you guys are working really hard on this to work through and whatnot, so.
Okay. All right.
Can I second that? I agree.
Okay. Motion on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Review, discuss, and approval of the budget meeting on August 28th. That was the biggie.
That's the big one.
Yeah. Budget. Even though it doesn't say much on here, that was it.
I think we, with the open questions, that's where we answered the budget amount and staffing, so I think I agree.
Volunteer the motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the budget meeting minutes on August 28, 2023.
I second.
All right, motion made and seconded to approve the budget meeting on August 28th. Any more discussion? You don't want to add the same thing again?
Same thing again. Lieutenants and Chief did an awesome job.
All right.
He's on
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
I'll make sure.
Okay. Next regular meeting is September 18th. That's all I got. You got anything? Okay, that's it. That's all we got.
Adjournment at 16:35?
Yeah.
16:35.